Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge with West Ham. Now I'll quickly address the redness under my nose. I've got the man flu, as I'm sure a lot of you guys will have over the winter break. So unfortunately I have been a little unwell, but the uploads need to continue, so the recording is still happening. So in today's episode we do have Barcelona in the first knockout round of the Champions League, and we've also got some fixtures to review since the last time we met. So the last time we met was the game against Southampton in the back end of January. Still a few days left of the January transfer window and nothing else happened. We didn't sign anybody and nobody else left apart from a few loans getting finalised, so nothing else happened and we've still got 80 odd million to spend, so summer transfer window should be an interesting one. But in terms of the fixtures, there was two to talk about in the Premier League since the last game against Southampton. And the first one was a 3-0 home win against Burnley. Fabio Silva gave us the lead in the 31st minute. Dani Olmo and Moise Kean got two late goals to secure the win. And as you can see by the stats, we absolutely dominated. And just as we were gaining some ground on those above us in the Premier League, we ended up going away to Watford and drawing 1-1 despite our dominance by the stats. Moise Kean equalised in the 66th minute for us after Adalberto Penaranda put Watford in front in the 35th minute. And it was just one of them games where, yes, we did have a lot of opportunities in terms of shots on target and off of target, but nothing clear cut really, and we were fortunate to get away with a point in the end. So that leaves the Premier League table looking like this. We are still in third position in the Premier League, 6 points clear from Manchester United in fourth, which is absolutely fantastic. But we are starting to fall well behind Liverpool. They are 9 points clear with, well, they've played an extra game, so let's say 6 points clear. Let's say we'll win our game in hand. But Man City also have a game in hand on us in second place, 4 points clear, so they could technically be 7 points clear from us. So I really want to win the Premier League. It doesn't usually take us this long with a team like West Ham, but it's taken. I kind of crack the top teams. It's just not happening for us. We are so inconsistent. We'll get beat. Being beat by Man United and Southampton at home this season. Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City away. Obviously, that first draw against Watford away from home in the last game was a bit devastating, actually. It would look a lot cleaner if we were on 51 points, 2 points behind Man City, and only 7 points behind Liverpool. But here, we'll take it as we are. There's still plenty of games to go in the Premier League, so we could claw it back should they slip up. But today is not about the Premier League, it is about the Champions League, and this is how we're going to line up. We'll start with Craig Davies in goal, Holden and Oxford as our centre-backs, Wagnerman and Aaron Martin as our wing-backs with Toussaint as our defensive midfielder, Tonali and Beckiard in the centre with Dani Olmo, Silva and Alexander Isak leading the line. Obviously, if you have forgotten, Jaramillo's out for 3 months, so he's pretty much missing the rest of the season. So we're going to kick off against Barcelona. They are, of course, away from home in the first leg. We're at home in the first leg, which isn't ideal. We need a really good result against them to take back to Spain and hopefully be able to squeeze through. We have had good results against Barcelona in the past in the Champions League. If you remember, we got through in the group stage whilst they were in it. I'm sure they went out that season as well. They ended up finishing third. But this must be a much different Barcelona side as they are in the knockout stages, and they won their group this year. This highlight is still continuing. I hate corners when they don't amount to nothing, like that one. So in terms of the Barcelona team, pretty much as expected. They do have Jesus Vallejo from Real Madrid, which is a little bit surprising. Alex Telles is in there at left back. Golovin in at centre midfield. Sadio Mane attacking midfield left. But other than that, it's pretty much the standard Barcelona side you come to expect at the beginning of the game, with Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi leading the line. Obviously, they'll be quite old at this point, so hopefully their stats have diminished as Wagnerman plays the ball in. Alexander Isak's there, and he's coming for Jaramillo, and he's doing the job perfectly. 9th goal of the season for him. Another assist for Wagnerman. Come on. Really good play by Wagnerman, making sure he gets his work done, attacking down that right-hand side, which we need our wing-backs to do. And Alexander Isak seems to enjoy a good header inside the box, and we are absolutely dominating this match 1-0. Oh, Barcelona are actually down to 10 men right now. Sergio Roberto's off the pitch, as you can see, near their goal. Hopefully we can take advantage of this as Dani Olmo sets away Wagnerman on this right-hand side again. Nobody picking him up. He gets to the front post. Fabio Silva's shot is blocked. Aaron Martin now on this left-hand side. Sergio Roberto's back on the pitch. Beckiard takes a strike and it goes just over. Another corner. Aaron Martin playing it in this time. It's cleared by Sergio Roberto only as far as Alexander Isak. He dashes to the byline. Wagnerman in the box. Tonali goes just wide. Another highlight, and we are in possession once again as Wagnerman sets away Fabio Silva in behind the defence. He puts it past the keeper. He makes it 2-0. We are making Barcelona look like right mugs. Second assist of the day for Wagnerman. He's absolutely performed brilliantly this season down that right-hand side. And Fabio Silva gets his 10th goal of the season and puts us 2-0 up against Barcelona. Keep it going, boys. I wouldn't mind resting some of the players for the second leg. And that's it, half-time, 2-0. Brilliant performance by the lads. Probably is one of the best performances of the season so far. Going into the second half full of confidence. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. That will be the ideal. Well, the ideal will be getting a lot more goals as well. But a 2-0 win, if we will keep it as this, I would take that going back to Spain, definitely. Aaron Martin coming down the left-hand side this time. Both of our attacking wing-backs really performing well in this game. Tonali finds Wagnerman on the right-hand side. Back to Fabio Silva. Back to Wagnerman against the byline. Fabio Silva's there front post. Second goal of the game. Third assist for Wagnerman. And we're 3-0 up against Barcelona. Honestly, sometimes it just dumbfounds me. We draw 1-1 against Watford. And then we play Barcelona and we're absolutely smashing them. Wagnerman again. Some excellent work down the right-hand side. He is on a yellow card, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But a third assist of the game for him. Fantastic. Another highlight now as Wagnerman receives the ball from Alexander Isak on this right-hand side again. He gets the ball in. Dani Olmo's there, but it's cleared by Vallejo only as far as Aaron Martin, though. He gets the ball back in. Fabio Silva's there, and that is his hat-trick. Aaron Martin this time, turning provider. Fabio Silva's been fantastic this game. We're 4-0 up. As you can see here, Vallejo did clear the ball, but Aaron Martin was on it like a shot, and Fabio Silva's there, back post, to get the header on target, beats the keeper once again. The keeper's having a really poor game, actually. A lot of the Barcelona players are having really poor games, and to be 4-0 up in any knockout round in the Champions League is just absolutely dreamy. Alexander Isak switches the play to Wagnerman again on this right-hand side. He gets to the byline. Can he get a decent cross in? Tonali's there. Fabio Silva turns provider this time. But again, Wagnerman is involved in the build-up quite heavily. And Tonali puts us 5-0 up. You know, when I said we might actually rest players for the second leg, I was kind of joking. Maybe not so much this time. What a back heel that was by Fabio Silva. Some excellent control from the Wagnerman cross. Tonali gets himself on the score sheet. 20 minutes left. We're going to make some changes. We're going to actually try and get some of our key players off who are on yellow cards. So we're going to get off Wagnerman. We're going to get off Lucas Toussaint for Declan Rice. And we'll get off Brent Beckiart as well for Ronaldo Vieira. So we made our 3 subs with 15 minutes to go. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us as Dani Olmo whips in a corner. Fabio Silva nearly gets his 4th. What a save by Ter Stegen that was. Aaron Martin coming in there, nearly getting himself a goal for himself this time. Tonali now gets challenged by Alex Telles, and that's the end of that. And that's it. This is going to be the final highlight of the game. Hopefully Barcelona get nothing, and they do. Full time. West Ham 5, Barcelona 0. Absolutely stupendous performance from us. Definitely the best performance of the season so far. We go into the second leg with a very, very commanding lead. So we do actually have 5 games in between now and the Barcelona second leg. So I'll quickly play them. I'll update you when it happens. And yeah, hopefully we can keep this run of form going. So first up against Brighton after the first leg in the Champions League. We won 3-1 away from home, which is always a good result. Alexis Sanchez actually getting the goal for Brighton in the 93rd minute. Interestingly enough, he's on 96 grand a week for another year at Brighton. Not the kind of signing I would expect myself to make. We followed that up with a 1-0 away win against Manchester United in the FA Cup 5th round. Moise Kean getting a goal on one of his rare starts in the 63rd minute to see us progressing at the 6th round. We followed that up with a 4-0 home win in the Premier League against Leicester City. Dani Olmo getting himself a couple with Fabio Silva following suit, and the game was pretty much done by half-time. Leicester City did come into it a bit more in the second half, as you can see by the stats. It was relatively even, but the game was already done but before they got into the game. Another tight scoreline actually, 2-1 against Stoke City. They took the lead in the 43rd minute, and it wasn't until after half-time that we equalised through Fabio Silva in the 48th minute. And Moise Kean got himself on the score sheet again after coming off from the bench in a game where we did dominate, but we struggled to score goals. And then the dagger to the heart. Man United beat us in the league 2-1. Romelu Lukaku getting himself a double. Alexander Isak did equalise for us in the 22nd minute, but we didn't hold on to the draw for long. And a game of few and far between chances, but Man United have ended our Premier League title hopes. And this is how the table looks after that run of fixtures. We are currently in 3rd position, 2 points behind Manchester City in 2nd, who still have 2 games on hand on us. and we are, 6 points behind Liverpool, who are currently top, so it's looking unlikely that we're going to hit the Premier League title this season. It would take a massive drop-off from Man City and Liverpool if we are to do so. So the Champions League might be our only hope in terms of glory this season. And that brings us to today, the second leg against Barcelona in the Champions League. And this is how we'll line up. Pretty much identical to the first game. In fact, it is identical apart from Luis Felipe comes into the starting lineup for East Oxford. Let's get into the second leg. I just want a comfortable game. Nothing too crazy. As long as we don't get beat 6-0, we should go through without a hitch. One change for them. It looks like they've took out Luis Suarez for Philippe Coutinho, who goes on the left-hand side with Messi going up front. We'll see how we get on today. Not expecting too many hiccups, of course. We absolutely dominated that first leg. 5-0 win at home against any side of the knockout stages is absolutely fantastic. So we just need to keep it calm, not do anything stupid. The only way that they are ever going to get back into this game is if we mess up. So keep it tight, lads. Not too many yellow cards, please. Don't want any sendings off. I think that yellow card for Lucas Toussaint actually means he won't be available for the next round should we progress in the first leg, as Messi supplies Lenglet with a goal, and now it's 1-0 Barcelona. Silly goal really, just a simple free kick, back post, Lenglet, the centre half with an absolutely cracking finish really. First shot of the game for Barcelona, first goal. Let's hope it doesn't keep up like that, otherwise we might be in big trouble. Another highlight now, Barcelona very deep in their own half with the ball, but we all know Barcelona can switch it up quite quickly. Cancelo plays down the right hand side for Sadio Mane. He's got himself to the byline, but a good challenge by Aaron Martin dispossesses him, and we are now in possession. Coming forward with Moise Kean on this left hand side now. I sets away Aaron Martin through Tonali absolutely brilliantly, and Aaron Martin back post, Wagnerman's there. Great save by ter Stegen. That would have sealed the victory completely. Another highlight now, and we are far up the pitch with Fabio Silva, Wagnerman on it now. Some decent play by them, keeping possession out of Tonali on the edge. He finds Toussaint, a lot of space for Aaron Martin on this left-hand side. Can he get a decent delivery in? He can. Fabio Silva's back post, and that is the tie. We are currently 6-1 up on aggregate with the away goal. So now it would take us to get beat. What would it take us to get beat? 6-1 for it to go to extra time? No, it wouldn't go to extra time. We would still be through on away goals. So it takes 7-1 for us to go out of the Champions League at this stage. And if that happens, I might just quit YouTube altogether. 5 seconds to go till half time, so this is probably going to be it with no highlight. We are still dominating the match by stats. 1-1 in this game. Absolutely fantastic. That's all we need. Nothing silly now, lads. I would quite like a win away from home against Barcelona. It would be nice, but that's not the priority. The priority is to keep things tight at the back and hopefully see us through to the next round. With us being in such a commanding position, I am going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to get both of our wing backs off. They are the players that work the most in this sort of system, so keeping them rested and keeping them fresh for the league games to come and the future Champions League games is always a good idea, as Tony Lautaro gets himself onto the ball after coming on for Aaron Martin. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Danny Olmo's there, he hits the bar. The ball bobbles about, but ter Stegen eventually claims it. Malcolm's now through on goal. Good slip through ball by Lionel Messi, but Craig Davies is equal to the challenge as Beckyard now plays in the corner. Luis Felipe is there. Tony Lautaro bangs it in. 2-1 against Barcelona. 7-1 on aggregate now. Let's see if we can hold on to this win, boys. It would be really nice. Beckyard with a decent delivery in. A good header by Luis Felipe. Was that a great save or he hit the post? Something happened there, but either way, Tony Lautaro was there to mop it up, and we make it 2-1. 10 minutes to go on the clock. We'll make our final change of the day. We'll bring Ronaldo Vieira on for Sandro Tonali. We'll try and keep him fresh. Also, I did think about taking Lucas Toussaint off because of that yellow card, just in case he gets the red, but I'm pretty sure he's going to miss the next leg anyway, so we'll just keep him out there. You never know. Now with 30 seconds remaining, we've got another highlight. Whether this actually is an opportunity or not, I'm not sure. As Tony Lautaro comes down, he gets the ball in the box, Emerson's back post. He makes it 3-1, beats ter Stegen at his near post. The wing backs have done really well after coming on for our first choice wing backs. Tony Lautaro getting a goal and Emerson getting a goal, with Tony Lautaro getting the assist as well. Absolutely fantastic by the two lads. And Emerson, decent finish by the right wing back. Ter Stegen should probably do better at his near post, but we'll not complain. That is going to be the end of the match. It is 8-1 on aggregate against Barcelona. Absolutely fantastic result. If we can avoid English opposition in the Champions League, I think we can go quite far. It is the English teams that we always struggle against. But there it is, full time, 3-1 on the night, 8-1 on aggregate. Absolutely fantastic. So the quarterfinals aren't going to be drew for another 9 days, so I am going to leave this here. Of course, fantastic result against Barcelona. I'm really disappointed in the league form, particularly from our lads. I mean, we're not like terrible in the league. 6 defeats and 1 draw in 26 games is not bad at all. But with the likes of Liverpool and Man City performing the way they are, we really need to step it up if we are to ever win the Premier League. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying my content, consider subscribing. But until next time, take it easy.